Please stand and sing with me. Gonna set it free, let things be. Let the street of life carry me. Cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blessed be. Gonna set it free, let things be. Let the street of life carry me. Cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blessed be. Life unfolds with grace and ease, endless possibilities. They're everywhere, they've always been, when I choose to let them in. Gonna set it free, let things be. Let the street of life carry me. Cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free. Oh, blessed be. Gonna set it free. Let things be. Let the street of life carry me. Cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free. Oh, blessed be. I've outgrown those smaller dreams, the way they used to limit me. I make the space, invite love in. Magic fills my life again. There's something bigger calling me to follow where my passion leads. I trust the flow, don't need to know. I dance into the great unknown. Gonna set it free, let things be. Let the street of life carry me. Cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blessed be. Gonna set it free, let things be. Let the street of life carry me. Cause now I know I'm in the flow. I'm finally free, oh blessed be.
Oh, good morning and welcome to Unity of Columbia. Well, happy Sunday. I hope that you feel finally free. I love that song. Welcome to our onliners. Thank you for joining us this morning. And I begin today with some words from our co-founder, Myrtle Fillmore. She said that all of us sooner or later come to the place in our development where we're no longer satisfied to go on living the old life. When we reach this point, we do not know at first what is taking place. We may become restless and dissatisfied. Anyone noticed some of those feelings lately? A little bit of restlessness, maybe a little dissatisfied about something? Well, it's all good because this is your soul reaching out for a new experience. Are you ready for it? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, let's stand and greet each other.
I am dreaming. You can't stop me. People pulling me all directions, good intentions, manifesting with my blessing. My new direction certain and true with guessing. This is the way it's gonna be. Life is a flower blooming for me. My dandelion dreams. My dandelion dreams. My dandelion dreams. My dandelion dreams. Waves are crashing, winds are blowing. May not know where I'm going, but I'm going. This is the way it's gonna be. Life is a flower blooming for me. My dandelion dreams. My dandelion dreams. My dandelion dreams. My dandelion dreams. Sweet as sunshine, flowing down like rain. Possibilities, you know my name. After the blossom, I'm tossing the seeds into the wind. I'm setting them free. After the blossom, I'm tossing the seeds into the wind. I'm setting them free. My dandelion dreams. My dandelion dreams. My dandelion dreams. My dandelion dreams.
Yay, Jen. Thank you for the good energy. Good morning, everybody. My name is Mary Kinney, and I'll be serving as your facilitator today. Welcome. We're grateful to everybody who contributes to our service today, and welcome everyone to Unity of Columbia. Welcome to those online and everybody that will listen to us later. And thank you for being here in the sanctuary. And I'll just remind you to please turn your cell phone off so we can enjoy our sacred time here together. And if you're new and if it's your first time, we would like to welcome you, and the ushers have a welcome packet for you, and you can sign up for the e-newsletter out in the hallway. So I'm glad we're here together. Now, let's join together for our prosperity affirmation. So please affirm these words together with me. Centered in spirit, we trust in the potential of Unity of Columbia to express abundance in perfect divine order. Our community makes decisions for the highest good. We are open to the flow of new opportunities and claim prosperity now. Now, please join me in affirming our vision, mission, and core values. Our vision is, we celebrate a spiritually awakened world. And our mission is, we inspire the awakening and practice of divine love in every heart. In addition, we celebrate our core values, knowing that we have come here to be spirit-centered and to express the values of love, peace, and connection. Now for our announcements. You might have noticed that the church is a little cleaner than usual. A big thank you to the team who came last weekend and did a little cleaning and helped out. And if you missed out, there's always more to do. So if you want to help do some cleaning on your own time, just show up and we can find something for you. Thank you all. Carol Schultz's prayer workshop is next Saturday, October 25th, from 10 a.m. to noon, and today is the last day for you to sign up for that. So see that in the foyer. And Unity t-shirts are available after the service for sale. I think they're $22, and today will be the last opportunity to make this order. So show your Unity community pride and go see Cindy Kilfoyle after the service. The Art and Craft Fair is coming up on November 8th and 9th, and please help us to make this, it is one of our biggest fundraisers, so let's make it a success. We need some volunteers, so check out in the lobby about signing up for that, finding some time for us for helping with that, and get busy making your own art. Yeah. So, and you can share your flyers and post online and just get the word out about this great event, the Unity Art and Craft Fair on November 8th and 9th. Choir rehearsals for the Advent season begin next week, so sign up in the foyer if you want to be in the choir, and we're still looking for a few male voices, so fellas, get your singing on. And if you want to be in the Unity Ringers, there is one space left for that, so please let Joel know, and you can get in on the Ringers. Now today, after our service, is our annual meeting, and it will begin at 11:15 in the Friendship Hall. So after service, you know, join in there and you can learn what's going on. And if we ask you to go down this hallway and enter through the kitchen side, so that the registration table will be down there. Now I'd like to invite Pat Koenigsfield up to read the Daily Word.
Our word for today, Sunday, October 19th, is forgiveness. Forgiveness is my path to peace. Occasionally, I may decide that a transgression or mistake is simply unforgivable. However, when I maintain a spiritual perspective, I realize forgiveness is key to moving on from painful interactions and is an important part of my spiritual path. Releasing unforgiveness may be one of the hardest things I will do, but I trust there will be peace in my heart and clarity in my mind when I do it. Whether I struggle to forgive another or myself, I trust there is no judgment or condemnation in spirit. Whatever the error, the divine presence within can help me transcend it. There is no pain, no hurt that is greater or more enduring than God. This is the comfort and promise that helps me forgive and know lasting peace. Our scripture reading today is from Luke 6:37. Do not judge, and you will not be judged. Do not condemn, and you will not be condemned. Forgive, and you will be forgiven. And please repeat the affirmation with me. Forgiveness is my path to peace.
The prayer box is a symbol of blessing today, held by Jackie. In prayer, we expand our awareness, knowing that we are expressions of God. We open our minds to receive an abundance of all that is necessary to fulfill our soul's purpose. We now hold others in prayer. Please speak your loved one's name aloud so that we can collectively hold space. For all the names on our hearts, know that what you asked for has been heard and answered. Unity prayer chaplains are available to pray with you this morning after the service. Kathleen will be up front here. Thank you. Now let us prepare for our time of music and meditation.
free to be the voice of love, free to make the choice of love. I am peace. I am peace. I am peace. I am peace. Free to be the voice of peace. Free to make the choice of peace. I am whole. I am whole. I am whole. I am whole. Oh, 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 I am love. I am love. I am.
Now it's time to come together in spirit through meditation. Close your eyes or lower your gaze if that's comfortable. And take a long, deep breath. Fill up your lungs and hold it for a few seconds before a slow exhale. Let's take another long, deep breath. Fill your lungs and hold it before that slow exhale. Allow your body to feel completely relaxed into the chair. Feel it supported from bottom up. And imagine now in your mind, you're standing at the beginning of a worn path that's well worn into the forest. And it's a beautiful fall day. The sky is blue, and there's a slight cool northern breeze. The leaves on the trees are starting to turn their beautiful transitions from green to yellow, orange, and brown. And some have already made it to the earth. And as you start walking along your path, you notice the smell of the earth and its magical musty odor. As you get deeper into the woods, you see a clearing ahead. Inside that clearing is the biggest bur oak tree you have ever seen. It must take 5 people to hug that tree, and your pace quickens as you get closer to the tree. Once you're there, you're amazed by its size and the beauty, and how the roots have large veins along the ground, and it's as tall as one can see and as wide as you can imagine, and you're just taken by the beauty. You can't help but run up and hug your friend with all your heart. Your little body against its big trunk feels so perfect. So you gently sit on the cool ground with your back against this wise old tree, and you let her fill you with her oneness and the wisdom as we all go into the silence. We return now to this moment. We carefully stand, turn around and hug our tree one more time. Thank you, friend. Knowing that this place we come to in the dark of the woods and to the path towards the tree is always there for us. We can return to it again and again whenever we want to be filled with the wisdom and the oneness. And we start our walk back down our path with a new spring in our step, joy in our hearts, knowing we are filled with love and joy and truly blessed.
Well, welcome to the third in our series, Women of Unity. And there were to be 3 speakers today, and Maud is sick. So Maud, if you're tuning in this morning, I hope you're tucked up in bed. So Anne and I will do our chosen women today. And this is just a continuation, really, of exploration of these visionary women who illuminated the path of unity that we walk today. And my chosen woman is Georgiana Tree West. Well, she was ordained as a unity minister in the 1930s, and a year later she founded the church in New York City. And she was the senior minister there for almost 20 years. And that ministry was later on led by Eric Butterworth, whom we know pretty well. But during her time at that church, she corresponded with Charles Fillmore often, and they communicated about what they saw as this new spiritual evolution that was happening. So it must have been a very exciting time. I can just imagine the conversations that they would have had with each other. She would often say these words to her congregation: "Let us talk about what you want to experience." And when I read those words, I thought, wow, you could say so much about that. And if you just did that one thing, just talked about what you want to experience, that could really be quite life-changing. But Georgiana was most well known for a book she wrote called Prosperity's 10 Commandments. And she came about the idea of writing this book when she was meditating on the traditional 10 Commandments. So she took each one of them and she'd go into meditation time. And as she started doing that on a regular basis, she had a kind of revelation, and she realized that within each one of the commandments, there was a prosperity idea. So she said, you know, it's kind of hidden in there, and you really have to go quite deeply to pick up on that. And that's where she got the idea of her book, and she linked them to all of the abundance principles that we talk about so often in unity. So she had this idea, she really wanted people to have the spiritual consciousness and bring that into their financial matters. And at her church, a lot of young people used to go, they wanted to know what these principles were, and she was really able to inspire people to change the way that they thought about prosperity. And so I thought today what I'll do is just briefly touch on a couple of the prosperity commandments from her book. And the first one that I saw is, I make no mental images of lack. And she speaks about our imagination and how we use the imagination to form images in the mind which actually show up as physical form in our body. And she said, well, all you have to do is, if you've got these images of scarcity, you can replace them with images of abundance. And so as I was reading this, I got to thinking, well, where's my scarcity? And I kind of went into a meditation on that one, and I realized, oh, I so often say, I don't have enough time. So that's my scarcity. And I thought, well, let's work on replacing that with images of having all the time in the world. So I did. I worked on that, and this was my experience. I felt a kind of slowing down of time, and then I could see in my mind all the things that I do during the week, and there was all this space around each of those activities. So I felt, yeah, that works. That really works. So that might be something that you want to have a think about. You know, where is your scarcity? And just do a little bit of work on replacing it with an image of what it is that you really want. So the second commandment that I came across was, I speak no word of limitation. And so we know in Unity that the spoken word has a lot of creative power in it. And so we want to speak words in a conscious way. You know, some people just kind of say whatever comes to their mind, but if we're conscious about it, we can choose our words carefully. And what we want to do is look for words that are going to bless us and bless other people as well. And I really like the scripture of Joel 3, which says, let the weak say, I am strong. And I know I've quoted that one before, but it's like if you say it enough, if you're feeling weak about something, you can bring your strength. It's like you can speak the words into manifestation. So, you know, this is the power of the spoken word. And so the next commandment that I saw was, I look only to God for my prosperity. Well, you know, that's really hard for some people. They're very grounded in this physical realm that we live in. But here's what we know as Unity people, that prosperity is a state of mind. And here's how we know it's true. Because you can have $10 million in the bank and you can live in a big mansion and you can still feel like it's not enough. Well, I wouldn't feel that way, but some people do. So it's not dependent on the stuff that we have. We must allow ourselves to see God as the unlimited supply, the unlimited source of everything that we have and need in our lives. And we're going to affirm it today just by saying a few simple words. I live in divine supply. Can you say that with me? I live in divine supply. And we're going to say it once more with gusto. I live in divine supply. And so you can imagine if you said that many times, and remember, words have power, you will probably start feeling that way. And so here's another commandment that grabbed my attention. I use wealth for good purposes only. And Georgiana speaks about our wealth. She says, you know, prosperity is kind of, it's a type of stewardship. So we get blessings every day, and isn't it true that most of the best things in life are free? Have you noticed that? She says, okay, so you get these things and then you pass them on. So are you passing them on for good? And so the question you might want to ask yourself this week is, how can I pass on my wealth for good this week? Good. It's a good question, just a way for us to be consciously aware of how we're giving those blessings out again. And so this is just a sample of some of Georgiana's ideas about prosperity and how she taught those ideas in her church. She came to Unity at a time when women ministers were still quite rare. And what did she do? She opened up a church in one of the greatest cities in the world, and it was a thriving church. She touched the lives of thousands of people with her prosperity teachings. And she also paved the way for some of the later Unity ministers and writers who were prosperity teachers, including Catherine Ponder, which most of you will have heard of Catherine Ponder. She wrote many, many books, and actually that was the way that I found out about unity, was through one of Catherine Ponder's books. Georgiana Tree West was a bridge builder between what we know as the Fillmorian era, which was that time when the Fillmores were around and, you know, all the founders were doing their work in unity, and she built that bridge between that and then the later unity generations. So let's be reminded of her words. Let us talk about what you want to experience. And so it is. And I'm going to pass over to Anne.
Well, what I have to say is similar to what Reverend Ann just talked about. I'm going to discuss some of the teachings of Florence Scovel Shinn. She was called Flossie in her life. She was born in 1871. That's been a while. And she was artistic as a child. She was educated. She married, became divorced. Again, another one of those unusual things for women in that age. And then she became an illustrator and of different books. And then things changed for her in her life. And what she did was she self-published. She sold a set of silver and self-published a book called The Game of Life and How to Play It. That was in 1920. 1920, okay? And so she became a teacher and a lecturer, and people said that what she did was have a religion of success. And so, and as we know, prosperity is not just how much money is in your bank. Prosperity is, how do you feel? How are your relationships? What is going on in your life? How are you evolving? And so Emmett Fox was one of her students, and he lived a very long and flourishing life as a teacher. And she had the Unity Center in New York City. Something that she did was she wanted us to have recognition of what is beyond ourselves, what is beyond our physical body, what is beyond what we can see, feel, touch, taste. That's just one little aspect of our being. And so she emphasized things like imagination and how we can train ourselves. As Reverend Ann was saying, like we can repeat things. And that to know thyself was one of her commandments. And the aspects that she talked about were the conscious mind, the human reality, and then the subconscious mind, which is sort of like a trained servant that just goes in one path. It doesn't know a sense of humor. It doesn't know yes or no. It only goes in one path. And the superconscious mind, which is when we become part of the divine manifestation. That's when we understand what is our role in our life, in humanity, with God as part of the divine. And so those were the things that she emphasized. All right. And so some of her ideas were that, just like we hear all the time, but I don't know that I don't know about the rest of you, but this is a talk I needed this week because of the way my life is been up and down in different ways, and some of the things that are outside of my life. And you ask and it shall be given, and you seek it and you will find it. And these are the things that she emphasized, is that we do not ask ourselves to necessarily come up with all of these, but we become one with the divine and then ask. Our wishes are fulfilled, and every desire is a demand. Not a wish, not a thought, but a demand, okay? And the only enemy that we have is fear. Fear of loss, fear of insecurity, fear of lack, all the doubt. I know that I cannot be the only person in this room that's ever had a doubt. And so part of what she encouraged people to do is to break all the limits that we have in our subconscious mind. I had a conversation with somebody last week who was explaining to me why she didn't wear socks. And her feet were always cold. And I kind of thought socks might be a solution. And she said, no, because then my shoes fit differently. And I just thought, and I'm not talking about her, what I'm talking about is me. And then I realized this was a conversation that somebody could have had about me, about the subconscious limitations I have. So Flossie has been instrumental for me this past week or so when I've been thinking about what is my subconscious mind revealing about me. So I have pages to talk about, but we're going to skim through some of the laws that she emphasized. The law of prosperity. Let the divine idea come to me now is one of her phrases. We allow the infinite spirit to come to us. We allow that spark, that little tinkle of light that we sometimes see around us when we suddenly realize that we should go this way or that way. Last week or so, 2 weeks ago, I was down at the bank show at the Central Bank, and things were lovely for me. But the best part was, as I was going up there, I was like, okay, a parking place, okay, a parking place. I got a parking place right in front of the door. And I still am working on the $1 million, but I figure I'm making progress. And so my prosperity is being in the right place at the right time with the right people, knowing what I need to know with ease and comfort. That's one of my sayings that I've had for years, because I often allow myself, and she talks a lot about this, to allow myself to be in discomfort, in dis-ease, in disability. And I am not that person, especially when I ask to be in ease and comfort. Every gift one can accept is only available to the limitations that that person experiences. So I have my lack. I'm not ready for that $1 million yet, but I am working on it. And so if I've got a parking place, the $1 million can come. So, and one of the other things that she emphasized is that when you are feeling doubtful, is one of the things that one can do is ask for help. That's why we have chaplains here. That's why we have a prayer ministry. That's why we have the 1-800 prayer at Unity. It's like sometimes when we are in a place where what we are feeling is the lack, is the problem, is the anxiety. And I know I can't be the only one. I do know that 800 number, and I love being able to call Unity. I love being able to send an email or ask someone here, like ask Carol to hold me in spirit so that I can do the right, perfect thing. Because when we are in anger, when we are in lack, we do not always make the right choices. Anger is one of those things that becomes a cloud around us. This is part of what I believe, but I saw it in her book and I thought, well, that's that feeling. When we're in anger, we no longer allow ourselves to make the right choice. We're out of the divine spirit. So if we can allow ourselves to let the conscious mind and the subconscious mind to just relax and go into the superconscious mind. So we have invisible forces, and whenever one knows, one can accept. Okay? I can feel there's questions, but you'll get to it. The power of the word is, again, what Reverend Ann was talking about. What we say, and I know that I cannot be the only person in this room that always felt like I would not find a parking place. When I lived in Denver, the joke was that there were 5,000 parking places for 20,000 people looking for one. And but if you're in the right place at the right time, you can find it. So the power of the word is, I am always in the right place. I am always accepting God. I love the songs that we sing in here, and I love that I can go back and listen to this, because Sunday wears for me all the way to about midweek, and then I need a refresher. And so I can go online, and we are so fortunate to be in a place called Unity of Columbia. That's just my own little advertisement. So, all right, and so I am willing to allow those invisible forces to lead me to where I need to be. If I am not happy with my life now, that is because I'm either in the wrong place at the wrong time, I'm not listening to the guidance, and she was very big on that. So again, dis-ease is ill at ease, is not comfortable. If you're not comfortable where you're at, reconnoiter, look at it. And then one of the things that she said, and this is the part that is a bit challenging for me, is that some of our ills are because of our unforgiveness. And so that's what Reverend Ann was saying also. So I'm going to just skim through these last little laws really quickly, because, again, I have some more work to do on some of these. So the law of non-resistance, as we all know, water wears things down. If you go to the water, if you go to the ocean, you'll see that all the rocks begin to wear. And that's true for us too. Non-resistance, we can be in that divine place and allow resistance to help us. Our life is a mirror. And so then we go to the law of karma and the law of forgiveness. Those two are linked for her. And so what she says is that the spiritual law, the law of karma, is one that has vengeance in it. And so karma will take care of it for us. We do not have to go to that person and say, another thing, let me tell you this. We're just talking about myself, not anybody else in the room. And so the law of grace is also known as the law of forgiveness. As long as we forgive ourselves, forgive others, forgive the world around us for anything that we see that's out of balance, we can set that burden down then, because we're carrying it on our shoulders. We're weighing ourselves down. And so we release that burden by doing forgiveness for ourselves first and then for others as well. And so we often know, and I know that many people here can identify with this, before we have a big demonstration, before that $1 million comes through, we sometimes have a bumpy road because we're down to the last sort of core belief systems inside of our subconscious. And so we're really struggling with the parts of ourselves. And so we release that burden, we lay it down, we know that that's a sign that the demonstration is coming. Okay? And then she spoke quite a bit about love. And so we're going to skim through this. Okay, I only have a few pages. So love. And what she talks about with love is probably not what we identify in our culture with that word. That word gets attached to so many things. And she's talking about that true love is selfless. Okay? It's not the human love. It's a selfless love, and it's free of fear. Okay? So those of us that wanted somebody to change just so that we could be more comfortable with them, it's really not true love. And so when we follow the path of love, what really happens for us is that we cast out our fear. We find ourselves in the divine. And then another point that she makes strongly is intuition and guidance. And we all are intuitive, some of us in more ways than one, some of us with other people. I often find one of those friends that I need to know when somebody's going to call, and because that person can help keep me on track with my calendar and things like that. And so what she says is, ask and you shall receive. And if we truly believe this, and if we ask and we ask, we don't ask, we ask, then we will receive. And again, the words that we've already heard, judge not lest ye be judged, condemn not lest ye be condemned. And that goes for inside of us and outside of us. And the divine design, it's a perfect self-expression of our lives, and that's what we're looking for. That's our superconscious mind, and I have to talk really fast now. And so then we can go into a way to get to this place is the denials and affirmations. I deny that illness is my path. I deny that lack is mine. I truly am one with God. I truly am destined for health. I am those things. And each person has their own consciousness. We are here to help support each other in this unity of Columbia to do that. Our prayers are thanksgiving and praise. Our prayers are with God, all things are possible. Okay? With God, all things are possible, and we believe that. So it's a command and demand. And then visualizing. The mental process of when we visualize, which is a great process, that is the process of our mental mind. That is our human mind. That is us saying, I want a parking place. That is us in this lifetime, okay? But the visioning, when we go to visioning, that's our superconscious mind. That's when we are with the divine being. That is when we know that we are with God. That is when we know that we're in the right place at the right time with the right people, knowing what we need to know. That is when I am a divine child. That is when God is my Father. That is when I allow myself to know these things, okay? And so we train ourselves that I desire what God desires for me. So let's say that together. I desire what God desires for me. And so all power brings heaven on earth, and we know the truth that sets us free. And again, nothing is too good to be true. I deserve everything that the Father wants to give to me. Nothing is too good to be true. So it is. Okay.
Please stand. Peace in my life is growing because I choose love. Love's always present, it's what I'm made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one tie that binds us that can't be undone. I choose love. Peace in my family is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are a part of each other. We are one loving family, sharing one son. I choose love. Peace for our planet is growing because I choose love. Let love be present, it's what we're made of. I choose love. We are all part of each other. We are one choice unites us. Let this be our one. I choose love. I choose love. I choose love.
I choose love. How about you guys? Sounds like a great idea. We now place a blessing on our gifts and put ourselves into the law of circulation. If you are joining us online and you've been blessed by today's message, I invite you to go to the giving page on our website, and that is unityofcolumbia.org. Your gift will help keep these services online and help us keep going. As we support our spiritual community, please take your offering, whether you give electronically, by check, by cash, hold it in your hand, hold it in your heart, as we affirm these words together. Divine love, one with me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am joy-filled and grateful.
we give these gifts today as sacred acts of worship and devotion, knowing that they symbolize all the blessings that we have received and those we are yet to receive. And so we say thank you for these gifts given freely and with love to do the work of Spirit through unity of Columbia. And we say together, Amen. Now we welcome in the children.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Hello, everyone. So today we did something a little different where we decided to have a get to know you kind of day. So we made some special fruit salad and we had some other snacks and we were getting to know some of our friends a little better. And can anyone tell me some of our friends' favorite things?
One of my favorite things is to do math.
Is to do math. That's a good favorite thing. Does anyone know a favorite thing that one of our friends said? Like someone, I know we talked about our favorite animals and our favorite holidays. Yeah, Danny?
I know Lydia's favorite holiday was Easter, and I actually didn't know that before this.
There we go. See, it's a wonderful time sometimes to spend some focus to get to know each other a little bit. We learn things we didn't know before. Does anyone else want to say anything that they learned about one of their friends? No? No? Yeah?
Danny said panda.
Your favorite animal was a panda? Yeah, it was really fun. So we're going to bless our children now. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ you are. Amen.
God is here, the love of God surrounds us. God is here, the love of God imposes us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is.
I want to remind you that the community meeting is today after service, so please enter the fellowship hall, down the hall, and around the kitchen door, please, by the member registration table. Imagine what you really want to experience and live in divine supply. Share your blessings with others.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, the peace that is meant to be. With God as Creator, family whole are we, as we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Yes, this is the moment now. With every step I take, yes, this is my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and yes, it begins with me.